Turkish authorities have banned a concert of French singing icon Enrico Macias. The cancellation was sparked by objections to his pro-Israeli stance. The governor of Istanbul confirming the ban due to what they called intense calls for protests against his concert. So in studio, correspondent and host Nicole Zedeck is here with all the details. Nicole, what's going on here?
This is concerning to many people because Enrico Macias, many people who might not know him, like our viewers, I myself, were just not very familiar with this iconic French Jewish singer who has been performing in Turkey for 60 years. He has one of his strongest followings in Turkey, and that's what makes this story even more interesting. The fact that this isn't just a random location that is now banning the singer. This is a place where he calls home in some aspects. In fact, he gave an interview with AFP. He said, it's sad to not be able to see my audience with whom I've shared values of peace and fraternity over the past 60 years. And basically what we're seeing right now is the Turkish government claims that they were disturbed by the planned protests that were going to be outside of Macias' concert this Friday. They say because of the way that he does support Israel. Just a few weeks ago, he gave an interview also stating that my problem isn't that I can't stand the violence of the terrorists. And if there was violence on the Israeli side, it was because of Hamas. So pretty much putting it black and white, not saying anything against a Palestinian state, not stating anything against the Palestinian people, just putting the actual due diligence to call out the terror group that is causing much of this violence. But for the Turkish authorities, they're saying that's too much for the protests that this is going to bring to the stage for a man who has been going there for 60 years. They don't want him to be playing anymore, and it truly is a tragedy. I want to note also just the connection that Macias has to the Turkish people. It shouldn't be undermined because not only has he also produced some different albums with Turkish singers have adapted and translated many of his songs into Turkish. So this is a man with deep ties there. It's not an Israeli man. This is just a French Jewish singer who is now barred from entering for this concert. And I think it's pretty major for many of his audience. And I hope that something is reconsidered there.